Jozy Altidore, good or bad, and who has the best chance of coming back in the second leg of the conference championships? Next on The Daily. Hello and welcome to The Daily for Thursday, November 15th. I'm Andrew Wiebe. Next to me, Greg Lalas. And Greg, the U.S. game yesterday against Russia has already been rehashed. There's been a lot of talk, but we want to focus on one thing, and that's Jozy Altidore back in the squad after being left out for that final CONCACAF game, the qualifier. What do you think? Some people it's mixed right now. Did he play well or not?
It's sort of astounding that it's mixed, actually, but there are some people that say he played well. I mean, our own armchair analyst, Matt Doyle, came in and said he did exactly what was asked of him, and that Klinsmann's sort of head games and trying to get Jozy back into the fold the way he wants him to be worked. I have to disagree with that and say that it didn't work. I don't think Jozy played very well. His touch wasn't great. He didn't really help the flow of the attack. He was floating wide a lot. When you're putting him up top in the middle, it's his job to hold on to the ball there. He needs to be that target man, and that just didn't seem to happen very much.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I think for me, we see with AZ what he's able to do in that combination play. We did not see that in this game, and it was not for lack of trying. He had a few chances to get things going, and it always seemed like that pass, that final touch, that gathering the ball just wasn't quite there for him in this game.
It's true, and it doesn't help, though, that Juan Agudelo ends up getting the assist on the knockdown to Bradley, and then Terrence Boyd comes on and gets the assist on the knockdown to Mix Diskerud. So in other words, those guys did what I think everyone's hoping Jozy would normally do. That doesn't help Jozy's cause in terms of a juxtaposition of the two players.
Sure, and I would argue that it's easy when you have 70 minutes to slog against a fresh defense to look like that and then have guys come in and have that one spark, that one moment. Either way, check MLSsoccer.com for all the analysis of that game. Of course, you can check out Matt Doyle's analysis of it as well as Greg Seltzer's player ratings. Well, it seems the theme of the second leg of the conference championships here in MLS is underdogs. DC United down by 2 goals, and of course, the Seattle Sounders with that 3-goal deficit to come back from. Greg, I think we disagree about who has a better chance of getting this one done.
First of all, we can't say underdogs considering both Seattle and DC are higher seeded than LA and Houston, respectively. So you can't call them underdogs for that. We talk about seeding. You say the home field advantage is in the second game. I believe that DC have the better chance of getting back into this one. The way DC can attack, the way they played in the first half, especially down in Houston, I think they ran out of gas in the second half. So now they have a week of rest. Maybe they get Dwayne De Rosario back. Still not sure about what's going on with Pontius, that kind of thing. So I do think, though, they have the best chance. If they can get 1 goal early in this game, all the pressure is all of a sudden on Houston. And trust me, RFK is going to be rocking.
Yeah, well, from a strictly theoretical sense, I think I would agree with that. Yeah,
we're only talking
2
theory
goals
right
is better than a 3-goal deficit. Sure.
This is theoretical.
But you said it, D-Row and Pontius, without those sparks, I just don't know. You look at both sides, they're both ravaged with injury. I just think Dom Kinnear is going to have the game plan to keep them in check, and if Pontius is there, they're going to be able to isolate him on that outside. I can't imagine he's going to be his normal explosive self with that groin injury.
That's fine, but if you look at the other one, you look at Seattle trying to come back from a 3-goal deficit against an LA Galaxy team that is playing the best soccer in MLS right now. How's that going to happen?
Well, I mean, you were ignoring the fact that Seattle won 4-0 at their house.
I don't care.
Seattle gets it done against LA. And
I don't care.
I think you look at last year against Real Salt Lake, they came up just short. I think they're right there. They're primed to do it again. If I had to pick between both sides, I think DC is going to push Houston. I just don't think they'll get it done. And, to be perfectly honest, I think both teams with the advantages will move on. Oh, and that's all we have here for the Daily. Make sure you check out the injury report to see that latest report on the walking wounded from all 4 teams remaining in the playoffs. Remember, that first game on Sunday, DC United hosting the Houston Dynamo, 4 p.m. Eastern on NBC Sports Network, and then the nightcap on ESPN, the big game there, Seattle Sounders hosting the LA Galaxy. Remember, all the news at MLSsoccer.com. We'll catch you tomorrow.